My name is Marco Talun, and bear with me if you don't feel comfortable leaving your funds underinvested or even uninvested. Inflation, the purchasing value of our money. Where is it going? Do you own bonds, stock, cryptocurrency? Are you feeling confident with this type of assets? Personally, I don't. Another one, real estate, brick and mortar. Yeah, absolutely strong in Canada, but how many turns and tails around it, and management in it. Brick and mortar, how secure do you feel? Absolutely. First, you have to buy it. You can rent it. But I'm telling you, even if you manage to rent it properly and all the rest, taxes, maintenance, okay, adding value included over time, still, including all what I mentioned, it could be 30% a year added to future value. If I am lucky enough, okay, brick and mortar, absolutely. So how about I told you that I have another type of brick and mortar that over time is still producing money. I'm talking about 100% return on investment average in a year. And repeatable every year. And the nice part is that guaranteed. And then there is another part, is the nicest one, is this 1% is the 100% is the minimum guaranteed. But we calculated that can be 180% per year, likely would be 120, 150% a year. Why guaranteed? Because if for some reason the level of achievement is lower than planned, and then is something very unlikely will happen, and I will explain later why. But if the level of the result is not 100% of R.O.I, the distributor, I will explain later also this one, what does it mean, will be willing to give up part of his fee by agreement to match your 100% minimum guaranteed. But 100% in 1 year is the basic minimum. The average expectation is 150% in the first year. In the year also the principal capital will be recouped and delivered to investors, including the return of 150% average. But, as I said, as is repeatable. There is the opportunity to keep going and capitalize more return with the same investments. That then can become an average, even 200% a year every year. But it's not finished yet. Since this thing is equity investing, and the investors will be the owners of the product, which will go through runs worldwide. What does it mean that? So the brick and mortar that I'm talking about is the film industry, and the product is a film going to theaters. The investors will be the owner of such a film. I know there are many questions, and then like question, and then also I'm willing to answer all of them. Doubts, and a film looks volatile. It's not something you can touch it, like real estate. But also, stock market cannot be touched. Cryptocurrency, it doesn't even exist physically. And these types of assets are definitely uncontrollable. But a film exists. You can see it, as many people can see it as well, and completely controllable. Allow me to summarize that this structure of 100% of return minimum is not based on mere hypotheses, too futile ideas, or for some reason some dream to obtain such a result. The contrary is based on organizational focus, which comprehends suitability, statistics, a well-managed action plan, knocking down risks and driving the process smoothly towards such a ROI of 150% average in the first year. Another fact, when a film is completed and having our distributor own the product to maximize the revenue, nothing else to do after the first ROI. Free revenue will keep going to come until the exhaustion of the film venues in the entire world. Then it will keep going to obtain revenue through digital channel, and even the far future still getting revenue with reruns in TVs, and I am talking about one film product. Then let's see that the investors like to keep going with the same initial capital. Then we will go to do the same thing with another film product. While the first product still making revenue, the second product will generate another 150% of revenue in the first year and more ROI in the years to come. Then in the third year we do another product, and so on with the same amount of capital. How does it sound? It means that initial capital will keep going to add revenues on top of each other. With this concept, I show you that you can reach even 2000% of ROI in 4 years. And that is very doable. That's what they do in the big studios of Hollywood. But we do that on a smaller scale and aiming a niche of such a market. Question: how can I be so sure that the film will give that money enough? My answer is a 150% average comes from a calculus that I can show you in detail, step by step. For a small film release, it means a limited numbers of shows, very small, and with an average of filling cinema chairs ridiculously small, like 12, 15, 30% of tickets sold. And we implement a strategical promo marketing campaign for a film to be watched in the theater that surely can bring the minimal number of tickets sold. Is a strategical, is very critical point, strategical campaign in each territory, surgical made it, properly, adequately made it. But again, how I can be so sure? Because the film first will be produced, is selected by a logical way, which is evaluating the potential such a film can bring based on the story of the film, the structure of the script, who will be the director, selecting the adequate cast of actors and protagonists, and based on its artistic level and on the capability of capturing audience to attain the minimal number of tickets to be sold as a goal. Here we are talking about an average of 30% of theaters in selected few territories. We are talking about the 100% of minimum guarantee. So this is few theaters, few territories, short time release, 30% feeling average, and we have these numbers estimated in a very detailed manner, following the plan, detailed data, detailed calculation. These numbers, believe me, are quite small. Again, it means that a 100% return on investment on average is basically sure. But let's give you a small chance to doubt it. And that's why we have this option that the distributor in the agreement will assure the 100% ROI minimum guaranteed. But we know it will be exceeded. How about who who will run everything? I am a representative of the investors, so I will have, by agreement with the distributor, producers, 100% control of the funds to be spent for such an operation. But not only the control, and then not just to watch and issue funds, but actually supervising the production of the film that shall follow a plan approved by me, my team, and I will be participating to optimize it for the goal. Production goal which must reach my expectation. Then distribution. Distribution is the one we control in all aspects, and by agreement we'll keep going the process of generating revenue. I am the legal sole director of the distribution corporation. Then all operations to generate revenue are fully controlled. But not just that. It's my interest to maintain pace of the sales of the film product for the sake of distribution mission that basically is the same for investors. And still it's me, it's in there. That's why I'm proposing myself to you as a representative. In this way you will have everything under control, because I will be the one who provides control and guidance to all operations from the development to production until sales of the film product. The strategy is the one will generate the minimum 100% guaranteed in the first year, and more addition in the following year, with the capital already recouped in the first year. Let me go back 1 second to real estate. It's like you buy a home, and after 1 year I give you the money back for the home that you spent it. But then you still are the owner and the property of the property, and they keep going to rent it. And of course, the depreciation level is different. But who will give your money back after you bought in full a house and you still are the owner, making profit on it? So you have a question. Am I real? My answer is simple. I am real. I'm not hiding. You have my name, you can obtain information, I can provide information. You don't know me, of course, but today it's easy to investigate somebody. I am open. Another doubt, am I capable? Let's meet to speak about it. I will show you this system will give at least 100% a year average guaranteed and repeatable for how long you want. Do you still have a question about the suitability of this investing process? Everything has detailed specific mechanisms which will bring the film product to achieve such a minimal result. I can explain clearly why each mechanism cannot fail. We can meet virtually or in person, informally. I can answer all your questions. 150% average in the first year, and as I mentioned, it can be much more systematically keeping going. Again, this is not one-time implementation. I just mentioned earlier that can be repeated with more films, 1 a year, but then with scalable and reasonable expansion, we can carry on 2, 3, 4 or more films per year. That's how Californian film studios do. They do more, of course, because the size, because their organization is massive in production and distribution. They have almost the monopoly in this field, with a multi-billion-dollar of business each corporation. We want that? Well, I want to succeed in our level, in our niche, and I will by this plan. That's extremely doable, very reasonable and suitable for our size. Let's have a meeting and I will show you clearly and with data, technical and intuitive reasons why we will achieve a 150% average of ROI in the first year. About the level of investments, it goes film project approved by film project approved for now. It means that it will take around a year to produce and start to generate revenue for the film right now. The film will be owned by investors. The level of investing for each investor can be minimum $50,000 USD within the budget. So film budget goes from $500,000 to $2 million, but also might exceed $5 million, but we focus on $2 million as a top budget right now. The film will be owned by investors through a specific corporation for the film. Shareholders can be individuals or other corporations. About the officer, director of the Film Ownership Corporation, I can do it without doubt. It's a spontaneous fact. You are the board, I am your responsible executive, and then you can email me to exec@marktaloneinvest.net, or you can call me, leave a message, even voicemail, country code +1 if you are out of from North America, then 647-444-2029. You can also text me here because it's my mobile. Or you can call in the office number +1 country code, and then number is 416-619-0641. Meet me, see me, and show you how you can reach a minimum of 100% ROI guaranteed in a year's average. I am at your disposal. Thank you.